I'm Ruth and welcome to my channel So Dysfunctional. I hope you're all well. A huge thank you to all the people that have subscribed recently. I have got over 500 subscribers, which is amazing. I've had several people coming over from other channels recently, so thank you for coming to join me. And if you are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing if you'd like to see more of my videos in the future. So it's been a bit of a weird time for me. I did do an August plans video, but time has just run away with us here. My little girl has just started school. It's been a bit crazy. I have not had the time or the energy to do much sewing. So I did make a couple of things in August. I'll talk about those in a moment. And I've got some plans for the future, let's say September, October type sewing plans. So what I did make in August, first of all, was a hat for my little boy. They're made by Jack's mum Sandcastle bucket hat. It's a free pattern that you can get on Facebook if you join the Facebook group. All the files are on there. What I will say about the pattern is that it seems to come up a little bit big. My little boy's measurements were exactly on the age 4 to 7 measurements. He's actually 2, but he's got quite a big head. And I think there's probably 6 to 8 centimetres of ease. So when he was wearing the hat, it was tipping forward quite a lot on his head into his eyes. And he was very good natured about it, but it was a bit annoying for him, I think. So just bear that in mind when you're making it, whether you're making it for a child or for yourself, because it does go up to adult sizes. It's worth just checking what the ease is. I added some straps to allow him to keep it under his chin. I was going to put toggles on it from an old waterproof, but unfortunately the toggles were just not big enough to get both of the straps into. So we ended up just tying it in a knot under his chin. The other option is you could add some Velcro to Velcro the 2 pieces together, but I just ran out of time to do that, so we just ended up knotting it under his head. The other thing I'd say about the pattern, it's pretty straightforward sew, but easing the circle for the top of the head into the sides was a little bit of a challenge. And I looked through on the Facebook group, if you search the pattern, various people have talked about how they're finding it very difficult to ease the side and the top together. I can't remember exactly what the solution was. It was either to cut one size bigger or one size smaller for the top. I suspect it was smaller, but my brain is not functioning fast enough to figure out which way it was. So if you make the pattern and you do struggle with that a bit, it might be worth just checking on the group and seeing what they suggest as an alternative to help with the easing in of the top. I didn't follow the construction as it said. So on the pattern it tells you to stitch the 2 brim pieces together and do all the top stitching, if you're going to do top stitching first, and then attach it to the sort of bucket part of the actual hat. What I did was to sew the hat complete, both the outside fabric and the lining fabric, and then I just sewed them together right side to right side all the way round, leaving a little gap, and turned the hat through. I just decided that that was an easier way to do it, and some people had said that they'd done it that way. And then you can do all the top stitching on the brim. I found it really therapeutic. I quite surprised myself because I thought I wouldn't be bothered to do it, but I found it really therapeutic doing the circles around the brim and then going in one and doing another circle. So I quite enjoyed doing that bit in the end. So that was the hat. The other thing I made was the Peplum top from Peppermint magazine. It's an in the folds pattern. It's you can get it online from the Peppermint magazine website. I did a video about this because it was part of my Sew a Top 2020 challenge, and that went on for the whole of August. There were 31 sewing vloggers who did a top review. If you go to Penguin and Pear dressmaking channel, she's got a playlist of all 31 videos. I'll leave a link also to my video in the description box, so you can go and have a look if you want to. I wasn't quite sure when I'd made it whether it was really me and whether I really liked it very much, but we've been lucky and we've had some late summer sunshine, and I've actually worn it quite a bit and I really like it, apart from the odd Marilyn Monroe air up the skirt type moment. There is a lot of fabric in it, and I have been caught off guard a couple of times with a rather strong gust of wind, which sent the top up, revealing my stomach to, thankfully, not that many people, because there weren't that many people around when it happened. But other than that, no problems with it. So yeah, I was really happy with that top. So apart from a couple of face masks, which I'm not going to talk about because that's not interesting, there wasn't really much else that I made in August. And actually, we're nearly at the end of September already. So yeah, it's been a bit of a lean sewing time for me. I think I've just found it really hard not having any work. If you don't know, I work as a singer, and of course with the coronavirus, most of the things that I was planning to do have all been cancelled. I have had a couple of bits of work. I really enjoyed them. It made me realise how much I've missed going out to work and just having a bit of time to myself, using my brain in a different way. Yeah, I went and did a couple of recording sessions, which was brilliant, but it did also make me realise how much I miss it. And I think that has been part of the reason also that I haven't done much sewing recently. I've not been depressed, but I've not really felt like myself. So I'm not going to get into feelings and emotions with you, because I'm sure that's not why you're here, but it's amazing how much small things can really affect your motivation to sew and things like that. So I've just decided to be okay with the fact that I've not done much sewing recently, because that's just not what I needed to prioritise. So there we are. I can't really say that I'm going to be giving you September plans, because there's only about a week of September left now. So let's say autumn sewing plans. I'll probably have some stuff done by the end of October, all being well. The first thing I'm planning to make is the Tessuti Fabrics Mandy Boat Tee, which I have done before as a t-shirt without putting the sleeves on. That was in my July makes, I want to say. I'll put it in the description box. And I think I talked then about making another version of this, and I have already actually cut it out. So I've cut out the pattern with sleeves this time out of this really lovely coral knit, ribbed knit fabric. And what I've actually done is widened the sleeves a bit, because I'm intending to wear it as a light jumper. So rather than having the sleeves quite fitted to my arms, hopefully they're going to have a bit more space in them. But I'll report back on that one. I'm looking forward to that, because I'm hoping that it'll be warm enough for me still to wear it for a little while. I can always wear long sleeve underneath or a vest top. So that's plan number one. The second thing I'm planning to make is a pair of pyjamas. So here is my fabric. I bought this from Minerva Crafts quite a long time ago. And I think I bought it because I liked it on screen. And then when it arrived, I just wasn't quite sure about it, to be honest. I can't remember from the description, but I think it's just a cotton jersey. I'm not sure if it's got any elastane in it. And it's sort of quite structured. It's not going to have a lot of drape to it. So I thought what would be quite nice is to make a pair of pyjamas, sort of autumn pyjamas basically, because they sort of look autumny type leaves. Now I bought 2 meters of it, and I've written it's 1.8 meters. So I suspect they might have cut me a bit short on that one, because I haven't washed it, so it's not shrunk. Anyway, that's by the by. I'm hoping it's going to be wide enough, because what I want to make out of it is a pair of Hudson pants for pyjama bottoms, and then a long sleeved top. I haven't quite decided whether I want a very fitted long sleeve top to wear for pyjamas, or whether I do want a top that's got a little bit of room and ease. I can't quite picture how I'm going to feel when it gets a little bit colder, so I haven't decided which top pattern I'm going to use, but I'm hoping that I'll have enough fabric to get the Hudson pants if I use some ribbing for the cuffs and the waistband and a long sleeve t-shirt out of this. And that should make a nice pair of autumn pyjamas, cozy, comfy pyjamas. So that's my second plan for the next few weeks. I recently bought the Lander Pants pattern by True Bias, and I would really like to have a go at those. I've also got the Ginger Jeans by Closet Core Patterns, and I'd like to have a go at those too. But I am currently in what I'm hoping is the final push to get myself down to a size and weight that I'm happy to stay at after having my children. So I've decided that I'm not going to attempt the Lander Pants, the Ginger Jeans, that kind of fitted trouser for now, partly because I'm scared, let's be honest. But also because I just know that if I do that and then I do manage to lose that little bit of extra weight, they won't fit, and it's such a pain, like adjusting trousers, that's taking waistbands off and faffing, and I can't be bothered with that. So I decided that I'm going to stick to patterns that perhaps have a little bit more ease in. And I do actually need some more sort of trousery type things. So what I'm planning to do is make some dungarees. A little while ago, I bought the Heyday dungarees made by Jack's mum. And I also bought this fabric to make them with. Now I bought this from Felicity Fabrics. It is a cord. I made a slight mistake, I think, in buying it though, because it's really lovely and soft. It is lovely. It feels really nice on the outside. But as has been, they send you these lovely little fabric swatches with the information on. And it says here, it's 85% polyethylene, 12% nylon, 3% spandex. Now, I did read that on the information and I knew that that's what it said, but I don't think I really thought about what it meant. And what I would have really liked was a nice cotton corduroy, really. So whilst this feels really, really lovely on the outside, the inside feels quite plasticky. Now I haven't washed it, so I don't know what will happen to it when I do wash it. But I'm just wondering, I'm worried that this is not going to feel very nice next to my skin. And if it's a pair of dungarees, obviously the leg part will be next to my skin. But I've got the fabric now and I do like it, and I think it will make a nice pair of dungarees. So I'm going to go ahead and wash this fabric and make the dungarees out of this. And I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed that they wear more nicely than I think they might do at the moment. So that is my plan for this. The last thing I want to talk to you about is winter. Winter will be coming soon. Well, autumn is well on its way, really, and it's going to get cold soon. And our house is lovely, but it's old and it's big and it's not well designed for keeping warm in the winter. And if I'm completely honest, I'm kind of dreading it because I was so miserable last year. We tried not to have the heating on too much because it's a very expensive house to heat, and it was really cold. And of course this year I don't have very much work, and I'm going to be at home a lot. So my mind is turning to warm clothing. Last year I went to our local market and I spotted this fabric. Got quite a lot of it. It is, I've got no idea what it's made of. Some kind of man-made fibre. You can see it's sort of got this black knitted on the inside, and then it's got these kind of nice terracotta blue and sort of cream, and it's got a gold metal thread running through it. And I thought it was quite fun. And it really wasn't very expensive because I think I bought it at the end of the sort of winter fabric season and he was selling it off. It's got a little bit of stretch to it, horizontally, none vertically. I've got a lot of this. I can't remember how much I bought. Let's see if I can figure it out. I think I've got 3 or 4 meters because it was really, really cheap and it was like the end of the bolt. So I just bought the whole lot. I don't know what to make with it. I want to make something warm. So, have you got any good ideas of patterns? My first thought was to make another of the Seamwork Sadie tops, which I've made before. That's got a sort of polar neck thing on it. But I think if I was going to do that, I would want to bring the neckline in closer and possibly make the polar neck bit longer, because it's a bit gappy, that it sort of sits a bit out on your shoulders. So you have the effect of a roll neck sort of, but it doesn't feel warm. And I know once the weather turns, I'm going to want layers and layers and layers and things around my neck to keep me warm. So that's one idea. But to be honest, I've got so much fabric here, I could easily make that and have loads left to make something else as well. I'm hoping that this kind of wears okay as well. It's not the softest fabric in the world, but I think it'll be okay. So that's the end of a rather higgledy-piggledy video, isn't it? It's a sort of general August-September catch-up, September, October and onwards plans. Let me know pattern ideas for that fabric if you've got any. I just really like an extra couple of really warm cozy jumpers to add to my collection. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. And as I said earlier on, do subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. I hope you're all well. Strange times still at the moment, but fingers crossed, things will be okay. Keep sewing, it will all be all right. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.